Okay.
And we
are by audio only.
You're getting there. And
Face the radio.
we're there. Oh, Yahtzee. How's it going? Welcome back.
Welcome back
to the shit show. Welcome back to another one 1 week after the last one. It's kind of different doing it back to back.
Welcome back to Tina.
Yeah.
I know.
Special guest, Tina.
Dalai Lama.
The Dalai Lama.
I was thinking llama. It's not my fault.
The only thing you had?
Not my fault. Not my fault.
Oh,
I blame Napoleon.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Tina. I did you wrong.
It's okay.
I
hate you for the rest of my life, but it's fine.
Austin says he paid too much for these crap tickets.
Well, I believe that. What's going on, everybody? It is episode 22. This is what are we in? This is October 13th, 2022.
Oh, we don't even have a full moon, so it's not even Friday. So it doesn't even matter. None of it matters.
And none of it matters. Nothing at all.
When was it was like 2 years ago? They had October 13th on a Friday.
Yeah.
And they made a big deal about it.
Yep, I remember that.
This year, now it's just the new Halloween movie.
Hocus Pocus 2.
Hocus Pocus 2.
Have you guys checked it out yet?
No.
Have you?
I haven't. No. I was over at Garrison's house and they had it on for the kids, and I walked through and I seen when they came in, and I know it's all makeup and CGI and stuff, but they made them look exactly like they did in the original.
Oh yeah,
Hocus Pocus.
No, I'll definitely say Sarah Jessica Parker still looks banger. I'll agree with that wholeheartedly. The funny thing is they make the middle one, the one that they is the dumb one with that talks out of the side of her mouth. They make her look like she's like a big gal, and she's really not in like her in real life or whatever. She's really not, and so it's just kind of funny because they make her, and they make, is that Bette Midler's the other one?
Bette Midler, yeah.
They make her look bigger too in the show or whatever.
And she's really not.
And they're not. They're both quite a bit smaller.
So have you seen it?
I have. So I've watched.
This screen actually does the same thing to me.
What?
Makes me look bigger, but in real life, it's really not.
Yeah, ditto.
It's all an illusion.
So Tasha loves Hocus Pocus, the first one. And I don't know how many times we've watched it this year, but it's probably upwards of 20. Wow. And so they were really excited. So they went out and got Halloween cookies and all kinds of crap, and they all sat and watched it the night that it came out. I did not. I went and did other stuff, but then I watched it later on.
I'm so afraid because that was super popular when I was a kid, and so I'm afraid that. Thank you. It was bothering me. I don't know. Sequels are always so bad. I feel like.
Yeah,
I just don't know if I want to risk it.
I am definitely over this rehash, remake, reboot thing that we've been doing. But at the same time, I had listened to another podcast, and I couldn't tell you what it is off the top of my head. But they pretty much break down that even for books and for movies and stuff like that there's only fundamentally there's only so many storylines, and it's a really small number. It's, I want to say, in the 20s or something like that. So then essentially all the stories are based off of those 20, somewhat loosely, obviously, based off those same 20 whatever. And so it's kind of funny because if people don't think that or whatever, if you don't think about it that way or whatever, you're like, oh yeah, that really seems weird, until you realize that the entire Hallmark network is the exact same movie.
Don't get me started on the
Over
Hallmark Channel.
and over
It's
and
painful.
over.
And my mom has to watch it every Christmas. I'm like, it's literally the same thing. And she's like, how do you know how it happens? Have you seen it? I'm like, no, it's literally the same thing. Every single movie.
It is.
But you know what?
He or she comes home for the holidays after being gone for 20 years.
Or like a magical prince or something. Just randomly decides.
They argue and then they get back together.
But you know what I'm really excited for? The last Halloween comes out tomorrow. And I'm so excited. Yeah. I'm still upset because they did the ending of the last one dirty, but I'm hoping the end
when the one where he was in prison and he gets out, that one.
No, like this was one that was released like last year, where basically they thought they got him and they killed him, and then he came up and killed everyone, and then whatever. It came out last year or 2 years ago, maybe, because there's like different. There's different.
Yeah, there's a ton of them at this point.
Like branches of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I know which one you're talking about, but it could be. I don't know.
No, I think it was the same one because it opens up with like the original trailers, like opened up with him and like the prison yard, like chained down in the middle.
Yeah, because the people went and interviewed him in the prison, and then he got out, and then that was So anyway, apparently it all ends tomorrow, so I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, I've seen the. Hey, Rapid Dave, what's up? I've seen the previews for it or whatever, but I'm not a big horror movie guy at all. Like even like slasher
that's
flicks.
not for my thing.
It's just not what I'm a like comedy and like action movie guy. I'm not.
I will say like back to the real, like they're changing everything over to like the, I don't know what you want to call real life movies.
Live action.
Live action. That's the word. Yeah. So they're changing over to live action, and Beauty and the Beast I thought was done really, really well. Because it kept the same storyline. And that's what I appreciate about the live action. The Aladdin one was terrible.
I
hated it. It was terrible.
I didn't like it either.
I have not seen it, but like I just don't think anyone can do the genie as much as justice as much as Robin Williams did it.
He didn't do. Honestly, that was probably
Will Smith, right?
That was actually a highlight.
He actually did pretty good in that.
That was good, but they had changed.
It was not the same energy, but he was definitely like a main character for sure.
I thought it was.
But I heard they did that for Mulan too. They totally went to like a whole different.
Oh yeah, she was fighting a wit. That one was terrible too.
The only live action I've seen is Beauty and the Beast because Emma Watson's just like next level actress.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And that's the only reason why I watched it.
She's my Hollywood crush.
I know she is.
She's on the list. She's on my list too. Yep.
Yeah. So.
Okay, sorry. Let's acknowledge Sari. Sari says, as Tina, if she's seen the Dahmer thing. We've already talked about it before the show, but go ahead.
Dahmer there's two Dahmer things. There was
the one a couple of years. There's been more than one.
Because on Friday, this past Friday, they released the Dahmer tapes, like the Ted Bundy tapes, and But the week prior, they released Dahmer by Ryan Murphy.
Yeah,
which I have a lot of thoughts. I've watched it multiple times. The beginning was pretty slow, but I stuck with it because I love everything Ryan Murphy's done. And that's kind of a common trend of his is like, it starts off slow. And by the middle, I couldn't stop watching. It was actually really sad because they went into some of the victims' lives. And then they kind of portrayed Dahmer, like, I think his name's Evan Peters or something.
Yeah.
Made me feel bad for him almost. Even though like he killed a bunch of people and he's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so like definitely got a lot of emotion out of it. I would say like a 6.5 out of 10.
Bit of a mouthful.
Yes.
Gosh.
You're
awful.
This doesn't taste like Five Guys at all.
All the memes though, it's like I hate
fantastic.
To like them.
Oh no, they're so funny.
I hate to like them because I feel bad because I know there's a lot of victims' families that are very upset about this and not being talked to about it. Because I've even seen like things on YouTube where people won't say the victims' names because they're suing people who say their names. But the memes are so good though. They're so good.
It's hard because it's making light of something horrendous, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I mean, if we didn't have dark humor, it wouldn't be.
There's got to be a period where, like, tragic as it is,
for him, it's just so crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so crazy. Most serial killers don't like eat their victims and stuff. Like, it's next level compared to like a Ted Bundy or whoever, you know.
The other thing with where was I going with this? Oh, there needs to be a statute of limitations on when like you can't joke about it, you know. But the reality is it's got to be a pretty short period of time. But like, you know, like at this point, it's been years ago. Like his last victim was
91 is when he was arrested.
So yeah, so there we go, 91, right? It's been long enough. We can joke about it. Like
there was one, and I don't know if he remembers. It was actually pretty close to Nebraska because he was from Nebraska.
Stockweather or what?
No, I'm talking as far as like jokes coming out too soon.
Oh.
The father and the son that were in Florida and the gator came out. It was at Disneyland.
Oh,
yeah, I forgot about that.
Got the son. And so as tragic as that is, like I'd be going fist with the gator. I don't know which one, but I'd go fist with one of them. I probably wouldn't win, but I'd go fist, right? Not a week later, they had like this sleeping bag commercial or like meme thing came out, and it was like they have like shark sleeping bags and like whatever, but one of them was a gator,
like a crocheted one.
Yeah, and like had the kid that was in it like sleeping or whatever, but like the kid goes in like, I mean, it's a gator, so the open part is the gator's mouth, and it said like new special at Disneyland, and it's like, okay. It's a little funny, but that's like almost too dark because it's too soon.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even a week.
But like, where's all the comments of like how many songs reference Jeffrey Dahmer and things like that? But it's just so funny. Like it's such a good series towards the end, but it's so funny because every time they're like, "What's that smell?" and he's just like, "I really like pork," and it's just like the most random shit, stuff ever. Like, and just stuff like that. So
you're saying they missed an opportunity to play the like Leonard Skinner "Ooh That Smell" like on the series somewhere.
That song.
Ooh, that's
that's it.
Oh, you youngins!
Oh man!
Is this where I get out or?
Now I got another topic for what grinds my ears. That's funny though. I think that the duration of how long you have to wait before you can joke about it should be based on the severity of what's going on, right? So 9/11, it should have been a long time, or whatever, Sandy Hook.
I also think it should matter on where too. It didn't take us 24 hours to get over the Queen.
Yeah, not even, right? So, but yeah. Oh, Strikeoutbeer's hopping in here. What's up?
How about the Mike Tyson, Jeffrey Dahmer comment? I don't know if I know about that. You know what he's talking about?
I don't know. Did Mike Tyson make it? Because he would have.
I don't know what.
What about taking delicious?
Nice.
Oh, gosh.
Oh dear.
I don't know because it's like I only know that and Ted Bundy are like the two main things that people like casting Zac Efron and who is it? Chad Michael Murray who was on I don't know. Anyway. And they did another series, like Hulu made a series, and it's just like don't hear any comments about that, but like they do this, and then everyone's just
maybe
like,
it's because it's like too real, too. You know what I mean? Like if it's done well, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I don't know.
Anyway, you ready for sports?
I'm bouncing all over.
Oh yeah, Dave, Rapid Dave's just hopping in and Strikeoutbeer and all over. So. Let's hop into sports.
Sports.
So I
go Huskers, right?
So that's what I got. So we
go Purdue.
2 wins in a row.
Wow.
2 wins in a row for the Huskers, and then we got Purdue coming up. So the stats that I got for Purdue is the over under is 56.5 points. So that'll be the total of the 2 teams combined, and then like your bets are over that or under that.
Mm-hmm.
And then right now they have Purdue, which is Purdue's 4-2. We're 3-3. They have them with a 13.5 point lead.
Who are their losses to? Do we know?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Also, like a couple days ago, it was 1 month since Scott Frost got fired, and then I saw the best retweet that says it feels like it's been 17 years because this past month has felt.
It really
very long.
Right?
Like it's kind of a distant memory at this point.
But okay, so great memes coming out of that too. Like however they found that picture of him like looking around the corner.
Oh, I saw that.
Man, it's in everywhere. Yeah. the memes are everywhere. It's fantastic.
What does it say? It's like watching your ex thrive or something like that.
People are really doing God's work out here.
No, but like, he should be like a huge dick and be like, oh yeah, and then like have a picture of him like wiping his tears away with $100 bills because he walked away with like $14 million. Who cares?
Because I heard he is a really. I mean, I heard of course he got fired and all these stories.
Who was there?
So they lost to Penn State by 4.
Okay,
and they lost to Syracuse by 3.
But Syracuse is ranked. Both of them were ranked, right?
Yeah.
So there.
But they beat Florida Atlantic, Indiana State.
They barely beat Florida Atlantic. I don't know. We could
Minnesota and Maryland. So I mean,
okay. So Saturday's game.
So I mean, I could see. I mean,
Saturday's game was so painful to watch.
Oh yeah.
But also so, I don't want to say rewarding, but like the feeling of us actually winning.
It was nice
at the very end because we always lose at the very end by like.
We almost always lose.
Almost always.
It's one of those things where I really feel like it was nice to see them not just kind of lay over and whatever, they like really fought to the end. It was nice.
I flipped it off at like halfway through the second quarter.
Okay.
Like then curiosity got to me and I'm like, I better see what it is. So I flipped back on basically like halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah.
And we weren't ahead, but I was looking at it and I just kept thinking like, how are we still in this? Like we played so bad. And like, I came down to it. Like we must try to win so ugly that the other schools want to fire their coaches too.
I mean,
that has to be the only explanation for what's happening.
But honestly, at this point, like we're kind of the laughing stock of college football, I feel like, and so it's like, what do we have to lose? Like, if we're gonna win, at least we're like, who cares? Like, we're not ranked. We're we're not like
I thought the same thing when I beat you in fantasy or whatever, and like I said that.
Oh my god!
But listen,
not to rub it in.
No, because it was funny.
It was the hardest loss
because it was like not even a point, right? It was like a half.
It was a quarter of a point.
And so he's like, "You didn't even win by that much." And so like the first thing I sent was like, "Inch or a mile, a win is a win," or like with the dot, I was like. Dominic Toretto, and I sent like a picture like Vin Diesel with his arms out, like from the first movie. And so that's what I thought of when we won by like 1 point for Nebraska. Like, it doesn't matter what you win by, a win is a win.
And all I was saying in that though is like I would have rather him like blow me out of the water, beat me, rather than him like beating me by less than a half a point.
And I left tons of points on the bench and everything.
Ultimately,
it was terrible.
My team did such trash.
It was terrible.
Like absolute trash this week. Like what I said, we have 9 positions that we fill.
Mm-hmm.
My quarterback, if you would have taken the 7 lowest up, 7 other positions and combined them together, they wouldn't even meet half of the points my quarterback got. They did trash.
It was funny.
It was so bad. And like when he beat me by half, when I give him a half a point, I'm like, this is so stupid. That one, I'm even in this after. I mean, it was just trash. But 2, like to be in it and then lose by half a point with the week I had, I was like, yeah, I wish you would just blew me out of the water.
The funny thing is, I had.
And your record's trash compared to mine.
Oh yeah, I have 2 wins.
I was at 4-0, and you were like 2-2, and 2 and
2 and 2. Yeah, or no, I would have been 1-3, 1-3 going into that. So then that was, now I'm 2-3. So along with this,
did you see Doug drop Adams?
No,
he dropped Devontae Adams. Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to get suspended for at least a game, right?
Two, yeah.
Okay.
That's my next topic to talk about. So,
is it? Okay.
Yeah. We're both big Chiefs fans, and I'm a little bit bigger, but as a Chiefs fan, and and so I had almost counted us out in that game too, and then because we were down at 17 at one point, and then Chiefs battle back and. Devontae Adams had a catch that wasn't ruled a catch. That's a little controversial, I guess, but there was a lot of bad calls on both sides of the ball in that. But then at the end of the game, Devontae Adams, being a little kid and having a little pout, goes and shoves that camera guy.
The camera guy looked like a kid.
Well, yeah, but shoves him out of the way. So the NFL is gonna suspend him for 2 games, or the team or whatever. It's gonna suspend him for 2 games. I'm sure he's gonna get fined too. I don't know what that's gonna.
He got cited too. You see that?
Yes. So so here's what I agree with. I agree with the 2 games. Right? You're supposed to be a professional athlete. You're supposed to be a role model.
Mm-hmm.
You go over there and you push essentially a fan and a staff member, but like a fan. Whether he was in your way and you were being pouty because you lost or not, okay, or whatever. When my employees don't do good, I don't gotta go and like shove like other people out of the out of the way or whatever, So it's his job. At the end of the day, he did his job and was upset that it didn't get done right or whatever. But anyhow, what I don't agree with is this camera guy or whatever, sound guy, camera guy, whatever, going in like, oh, he pushed me to the cops. And then like, now he's just doing it to secure a bag, right? Like that's all he wants. He just he's just there for money. It's not like, because really, if he would have just not.
They'll come to a settlement.
If he, I think it would have happened regardless. Even if he wouldn't have pressed charges, even if he would have just whatever, he would have been compensated. I'm sure of it. Whether it had been Adams, like his publicist working with him or whatever, his agent going, hey, as an act of good faith, you really should, take care of this guy somehow or whatever. It would have happened, but for him to go, ooh, I'm so hurt. No, you're not. Like you like a pillow could have hit you as hard as he pushed you and you fell over. You know what I mean? Like, and then you're just acting like this huge, victim or whatever. That's the only thing I don't agree with on it, I guess.
I would have like laid on the ground, looked up at him.
Yeah.
But no, he dropped him and I picked him up. I'm like, I'll wait 2 games. I got trash receivers right now. I'll wait 2 games.
He hasn't had huge breakout performances, but he'll be a good wide receiver, period. That's all I got for sports.
I got something. How about that roughing the passer on Tom Brady?
Yeah.
What an absolute trash call.
They've been having a lot of those though. Like
they've been doing so many. Calls. And there's no guideline. There's like just whatever the ref like, oh, that looked pretty rough. Like, so but, I mean, that tackle was like by the book perfect. And it wasn't even the only one that week, was it?
No, because Frank Clark from the Chiefs got
he got like a fumble recovery.
No, because he landed on Derek Carr. When he tackled him, he like pulled the ball kind of out of his hands, and then he came down and he like they said that he didn't do enough to try to break his fall or whatever. And like said, he fell on Derek Carr and got a roughing the passer. But it's like there's a lot of momentum there. It's kind of hard to stop the freight train.
What I can't figure out is how you're going to have a roughing the passer call. But have you seen some of these hits that the receivers take?
Oh, yeah.
They take way more hits than these, quarterbacks are taking any day. And they are just getting smashed, like lit up. And they're like, nope, that's good. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Their concussions don't matter.
I think where that where them being overcritical of the roughing the passer stuff comes from both Tua, whatever, and Tua, and then that other, what is his name? The other Miami quarterback. He went out this weekend too because of a head injury. Same kind of thing. Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater. But yeah, so
that's all I had for sports. But let's get into one of these while they're still cold, huh?
Oh yeah, we could do that.
I want to get into the cider.
Oh, okay. I love that stuff.
So Glacier Till craft cider, mango cider. I've never had it, but apparently
I haven't either. I haven't had the mango.
Have you had the caramel apple one?
Yeah, I've had all the rest.
It tastes literally just like one of those caramel apple suckers. So good.
Yeah, the caramel apple ones are good.
5.5 alcohol. But yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, and it's gluten free.
So. Oh wow, fancy.
Breaking out this week.
Also, my Anthony Rizzo is under attack. Sad day. They said New York is changing him because he was getting, I don't know if that's where his house was or apartment was or anything. He was pulling out, and this kid went up to him try and get an autograph and his dad something. And Anthony Rizzo literally said, if you keep doing this, I'll show you, like threatened the dad in front of the kid. And now everyone's calling him out because that was unprofessional. But at some point, wouldn't you be mad too if someone's like sitting outside your house in the middle of the night? You know, like, just mine.
Yeah. I'd almost just like give him an autograph so he wouldn't come around anymore. Of course, he's welcome to come to a game too. I bought a 6-pack. So if we need more, we can.
There's another one sitting out here.
Oh, well, by golly, you want more?
No, I'll be good. Maybe.
All right.
Okay.
How many are we trying?
Glacier Tail is out of. Did you talk about that? That it's out of Papillion?
No.
Or Palmyra, Nebraska. So kind of over that same area. All right, here we go. Ooh,
I really like that.
It's so good.
I really like that.
That mango's not super pronounced.
No.
It's kind of it. You really do get like the apple cider part of it because all of it starts out as apple cider. But
the mango almost doesn't make it as sweet.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a bitter quality to it. It's nice. The citrus is different too.
Yeah.
It has like a little zing to it.
Put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
We had that conversation earlier.
But it's pretty good. What do we want to do? News stories now? Is that what you always go to?
Enjoyed that one actually.
There you go.
I will take those home with me.
Okay. News stories or what?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Yeah. So a law student in Spain writes tiny notes on a pen to cheat for an exam, but it wasn't just like. So he had like little Bic pens, and it wasn't like he just put little notes on it. He got an engraver, and they're so small that I don't know. But he had 11 pens, and when you look at it, there's tiny engravings on it of the notes, and they don't know who did it because apparently they just found them like in a desk later on.
Oh, geez.
And but it had all the notes for the test to pass it, and it was impressive. What I'm trying to figure out though is he had 11 pens. How did they not notice him?
Like yeah, right?
Because it was small, and then like each question, he's like, "Well, which pen was that?" You know, does he have marked?
Oh yeah, I mean, you'd have to like fiddle through. Yeah, but I'm sure at that point, if it's college, then the professor's at the front of the thing. They're not looking to see people rifling through pins or whatever. You know, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, it was really impressive because it was engraved on the pens, and it was really small.
If they can write your name on a grain of rice, I mean, what's going to stop them from a big pen, right? I guess. All right, I got Florida sex offender accused of trying to buy a child again at a grocery store.
Wait, again?
Again. So
this is not his first time.
It says a registered sex
more money this time.
I have so many questions.
Okay, go on.
Registered sex offender was arrested Thursday after offering a parent at a grocery store $100,000 for their daughter. He was arrested in his home after the fact. He tried to buy the young girl on August 16th due to and the police were notified due to the parents' clear concern that someone was insistent on attempting to purchase their daughter at a grocery store. According to the charging affidavit, the girl's parents told the police that he came up to him and made comments about the child's appearance and asked for the age. The parents said that they just believed it was harmless and kind of creepy. And then after they were as they're leaving, he shouted, hey, I want to make a deal with you. And other people tried to intervene and whatever and ask him what he was thinking, offering money and whatever. He just hollered out that he was gonna pay $100,000 for their kid at a Walmart. And he was already charged and was serving 5 years probation since August of 2019 for trying to buy a child at a Walmart previously in the same county.
Same child?
No, not same child.
Okay.
Tell you what, Walmart's getting crazy.
They're slashing prices all over. I'm just saying, $100,000 to buy my kid. Maybe not my kid, but I know a couple of kids that I'd sell.
I'd be like, listen,
$100,000.
I can babysit. We're gonna have to make it look believable. You're gonna have to buff up a little.
Yeah. Oh man, go ahead. What do you got?
Okay, So a lost wedding ring. So I'll just go. Okay. Ashley Garner. She's a Floridian. Floridian, is that how they say it?
Floridian.
Sure.
Floridian.
Floridian. You should know. You go down there enough.
I don't
Freaking
know.
pinky out, Ritz, whatever. Anyhow.
Hey,
first class in the sky.
She lost her wedding ring and just assumed it was gone. They looked, they couldn't find it. You know, one thing led to another. Then Hurricane Ian came in, just blew up everything, destroyed everything, and then somehow resurfaced her wedding ring.
That's awesome.
And they found it. And I just thought that was kind of just crazy in the fact
the
that
odds have got to be astronomical.
Yeah, like I would for sure buy a lottery ticket after that.
Oh yeah.
For
Like,
sure.
like, you know what? Or I would be super pissed that I used all my luck on that and not a lottery ticket.
Right. Family fight over a cigarette ends with man being stabbed and arrested.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on.
Okay, here.
Okay.
Let's make guesses.
What state?
Oh no, you can guess the state.
Southern?
Yes.
Do it.
Duh.
Mississippi.
I want to go. Okay, so is it Eastern
Georgia.
Southern or like more Central Southern?
Just
Florida.
Southern. Just you just have to guess.
Okay, I'm gonna
Eastern
say
Southern. Texas.
Louisiana.
Florida.
Oh, I mean, I thought it was maybe too obvious. I'm like, nah.
Dang,
Okay.
Florida's a wild place.
So here, ready? So it's over a cigarette. What do you think that what's your guess on what the circumstances were?
So they fight
Alcohol?
and someone gets stabbed.
Let me see. Was it after a special moment with someone?
No.
Oh, okay.
Family, what the hell, Kyle?
I'm Southern.
We're talking about Arkansas here. I can't even. I have no idea.
Okay.
So, like,
I
what
think
the argument
anything
started over, or why
Yeah,
they wanted
yeah.
a cigarette?
So no, but it was over. The whole thing was over a cigarette. So let me just explain it. So,
Okay.
it ends with the suspect being stabbed. So apparently, what happened was two brothers got in an argument because the one brother tried to light his cigarette with a toaster oven.
Okay.
Innovative. Okay.
Okay. And so apparently they got in an accident or they got into an argument. And then the one that was lighting the cigarette punched and knocked his brother down to the floor and then jumped on top of him and continued to hit him and started biting him on the neck. Because like you do, you know?
Yeah, no. That's exactly how I
Just
fought
a
with my
typical
brothers.
normal Wednesday
And
fight
then
with your brother.
So his brother, his brother wrapped his hands around his neck trying to choke him to get him to stop. So then another woman who was also a family member tried to stop him and eventually stabbed him with a knife in the back.
Yeah.
And he's the one that got arrested.
Okay. I mean, self-defense. I get it.
So he's a known
I would
drug
love
user
to go to their house for the holidays.
known drug
Be
user
a fly on the wall.
and had been awake for several days prior to the attack. Shady Lane, by the way, is where
He
this
didn't even
happened.
know he was stabbing.
Oh, so good.
Shady Lane
Shady
in
Lane.
Daytona. Yeah,
It took him 3 days to realize he was stabbed.
yeah. He got arrested for in domestic violence charges. So, yes, sir.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. Yikes! What do you got? Oh, are we?
That's it for mine.
Do we have facts? Do you have facts? And then jump into would you rather? So what do you want to do? I don't care either way.
I got some facts.
Okay.
Do you happen to know what the most densely populated city is?
I would assume like something in Japan or something.
Okay. Pretty good guess.
I would have had the same guess.
So it is Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
37 million inhabitants.
Oh my gosh.
So the wildest thing that I've found out about like Tokyo in Japan in general is the apartment prices and what really constitute an apartment over there. So like essentially you rent cubby holes at these like hotels, and all it's big enough for is it's like 2 foot wide, 2 foot tall, or 6 foot deep or whatever. It's all the bigger it is. So you have enough room to essentially lay down.
Yeah.
They run at like $1,100 a
That's
month in some
wild.
places for like a corpse cubbyhole.
It's just it used to be a morgue.
It's just like it's like legitimately the size of a coffin or whatever, double tall coffin, like. But yeah, crazy. And then it's community bathrooms, community showers, etc.
Could you imagine, like, I'm just gonna say, like, the weaklings in America that like struggle with like auditory or sound, like
auditory.
They're like, I get distressed, or I have this anxiety, or I have people anxiety. You could never you couldn't have it there.
No,
or you just
no.
I wouldn't make it. Not at all.
No,
well, like that's be claustrophobic though. I've seen how small they are.
Oh yeah, if it just travel like it, like it's commutes take twice as long because there's so many people and you can only travel so fast walking and everything like that. And yeah, that's why they're like commuter like crosswalks or whatever are like 60-foot wide or whatever going across streets and stuff, is because there's so many people walking and everything.
It would maybe be cool for a couple days to see it and
to visit.
To
visit,
like, oh, that was cool. Goodbye.
To visit with like a regular hotel where
Right.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably makes it easier to pick anyone up. Like, hey, you go back to your cubbyhole. I got a whole room.
Oh,
a whole room.
Oh yeah.
It's like on Eurotrip or whatever when he like sends him like the nickel. He's like, I quit. I buy my own hotel. So my crazy facts this week are about leather. I don't know where this is going. I got 3 of them. It didn't go that way, and I was really thinking about going that way with it, and I didn't. Leather was once used as wallpaper back in the 17th century. It was all the fashion to have your house wallpapered in leather in places like Florence and Venice in Italy.
Okay, I've seen. Where have I seen a leather wall before? Maybe it was like HGTV or something, but it was like one wall, it was like an accent thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It'd be weird.
My mom did. So my mom did.
No, she digs leather.
No, listen. Oh. My mom did a giggity. My mom back in this house that we lived in Clark's, they did this like faux leather wallpaper thing where you like rip up paper sacks and then you soak them in Elmer's glue and water, like a solution of Elmer's glue and water. Mm-hmm. You just put them on the wall and then you like overlap them.
So like essentially paper macheing your wall.
Exactly, but with brown paper sacks, and it kind of looks like leather, sort of. It looks like, yeah, I don't know. Okay. It was. Don't get me wrong. It was whatever, but it was. It covered up the whatever the hell that was.
I still have enough patience to do that. I must have.
It took a very long time. It took a long time, and it was over like paneling, like wood paneling. So it's like probably a good thing anyhow. But yeah, okay. I remember my mom doing it. Go ahead.
So lobsters produce an enzyme that repairs their cells and helps their DNA to replicate indefinitely, which is why they're thought to be like immortal.
Yet they die so quickly in a pan.
The enzymes are slow.
That's crazy. I think the coolest thing is so it's not a lobster, I guess, but there's that shrimp that can, like, cracks aquariums and stuff like that because it it pinches. So it pinches its pincher so fast that it breaks the sound barrier and like creates and it's like they're like little tiny bastards. But it creates it like breaks the sound barrier and it can break the glass because it's like creating such a.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah,
crazy.
No, yeah, it's.
I don't. Yeah, but they move so like their pinchers
or whatever. It causes the vibration in the glass, which just causes the glass just to shatter.
Yeah, but yeah, it's super wild. You can get salmon leather. Okay. So you can get leather which comes from the skin of a salmon. It's not salmon colored, but it's extremely durable and has a unique look, and it's very popular in Iceland and Norway, although it's not particularly well known in the UK and the United States at the moment. But you can get salmon leather. I'm definitely going to try to get some salmon leather.
I mean, I can see. I mean, you get like alligator leather and stuff for boots. I mean, I'll take some salmon boots.
I don't know. Stingray is really cool too. I like Stingray as like looks like sandpaper kind of or whatever. It's really cool stuff too.
Okay.
Super expensive though.
A couple Australians disagree with you.
One in particular.
Sweet shed, bro. I'm bleeding from boredom. That's look alive.
Whoa! Did we just go down? I don't know what's going on. Nope. My screen was just kind of
Welcome back.
I don't know what was going on. It looked like we went down for a second, but apparently we didn't. So that's good. My screen just went to sleep. You got one more or no?
Yeah, the deepest freshwater lake in the world is Lake
Titicaca.
Lake Bekil.
Okay.
And it's located in Siberia, and it plunges to a whopping depth of 5,315 feet.
Yikes!
Right, like
so it's got to be
deep.
It's got to be a glacial lake or something too.
I mean, yeah, I should Google and see what it looks like. But I mean, that's so deep.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. Deep water freaks me out.
Yeah, though that's really deep. Or only 2 or 3 meters deeper than Garrison's mom.
Oh. I mean,
I wasn't going there with it. I looked over you. I was like, technically, she's not that deep.
Man.
Oh man!
Oh my gosh!
Wow, that took such a hard turn.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm not mad about it, but at the same time, I'm kind of mad that I didn't think of it first. It took the glance, and then like I read your mind, and it was, well, she's technically not that deep.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay. My last one.
So this says it's in Russia,
which is that's where Siberia is.
Yep, you're right.
Okay. Any other brain busters?
He was just testing you.
I just thought maybe they took over something else.
No, okay. While he's looking at this, white leather is the most difficult to produce. White leather can only be used with top quality hides. When it is used in poor quality hides, the leather becomes very hard and at risk of cracking, making white leather very, very difficult to produce. That was something I didn't know.
Can't just bleach it.
No, it makes the hides too brittle.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's a pretty cool lake.
Another thing that wasn't on here is, we've talked about in other episodes though, but they used to use pee. They used to use urine to tan leather. We've talked about that.
I remember that. Yeah,
we talked about that because of common.
I mean, if you ever need help dyeing leather, I'll pee on it for you.
That's okay. Okay, what do we got? We have Would You Rathers and the draft. Let's do the draft, and then you gonna do the draft?
Okay, let's do the draft. So
I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, let me get my stuff ready so I can get it all down.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna write her down?
Okay, go for it. We'll just try to.
Okay, so this draft is top 5. Okay, it is classic toys made before 2000.
Oh, I don't know.
You're so damn old. You're always thinking of something before.
It's 2000, for God's sake.
No. Okay.
I'm young. I don't know.
I'm gonna say pogo stick.
You're okay. So you're gonna start with pogo stick. Okay. Tina, go ahead.
I don't even know. I have no idea.
I know he picks just the worst.
It's
topics.
not. It's not that bad. Just
I'm a late 90s.
Think of toys.
I'm a late 90s baby.
Okay, there you go.
Anything I played with was like 2000s or
not
older.
necessarily. There was stuff that was produced before that. Started before that. Barbies were started in the 60s. You probably still played with Barbies in 2000. So that's one of them. And that's probably honestly a fairly good pick. Whatever just think about stuff you played with, and more than likely it came out before you were born.
Don't mind me.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna come in with Super Soaker.
That was before?
Yeah. Super Soaker was 90s for sure. I mean, the water gun wasn't, but Super Soaker was.
I remember Super
90s.
Soaker.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about Beanie Babies.
There you go.
We collected those.
There we go. There you go. Beanie Babies is a solid pick. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna go with I don't know what it's called.
Oh geez. Okay.
It's you sit on it and you spin.
Oh, I know what
And
you're talking about.
you just spin in circles. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't know what the hell those were called.
I'll just call it a
merry-go-round, I guess, or whatever.
Spinner, I'll call it for
there you go.
purposes. But I think everyone who is 90s or before knows what I'm talking about. You sit on it, you wrap your legs around, and you just spin, and it just gets you going 100 miles per hour.
The home version of the teacup.
Yeah, essentially.
There you go. Hot Wheels.
Sit and spins.
Is
what Sean calls it. So
there you go.
Is that really what it's called, though?
Probably. Hot Wheels.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could troll right now.
Oh yeah.
Furbies.
There you go. No, that's good.
Those, I did have those. Terrifying though, because they'd wake you up in the middle of the night. Like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Very demented.
Okay. The trikes, but the ones you sit down with the big wheel in the front. Big wheels.
That's it. Solid. Big wheels is solid. Lawn darts.
The 90s ones or the
real lawn darts. The if you catch one of them in the face, you're getting coloring books for Christmas for the rest of your life. Real lawn darts.
When lawn darts were cool.
With the NES count.
So Troy's calling it a sit and spin too.
Sit
so
and spin? Okay.
There you go.
Like the OG Nintendo.
What'd you say?
Would that count?
No, toys.
That's a toy.
That's an electronic. Let's get real.
Okay.
Let's get real.
Okay, I feel like I have a really shitty list, so I gotta really work hard on this.
No, you have. I mean, Beanie Babies is super solid.
What did everyone say already?
I might have already given you one earlier.
Gibblehead 82. Yes. We will do all of this for one viewer. Okay. He said all this for 5 viewers. And I'm like, absolutely. 100%. I would do this for one viewer.
And that's okay. So to be fair, over on TikTok, it's only 5. I got a couple over here on other stuff, and then people come back and watch our episodes and listen to them on Spotify and everything too. So that's what we're going over.
Man, this is hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a timer on Tina over here.
Okay, I feel pressure.
I already gave you one.
I don't want to go with Barbies.
Why not?
Because I got the most girly ones.
Yeah. You happen to be female over there. Happen to be. I know it's a disease. It's incurable. But
just put it on, and I'll find a better one when you come back to me.
Oh, okay, hold on. I'm interjecting real quick. I heard a great joke today. Why do beautiful women love guys with tattoos? They're covered in tattoos.
Why?
Because they know that they're already down to make poor decisions for long term.
I'm gonna go with Cap Gun.
Oh, okay. G.I. Joes.
Okay, I remember G.I. Joes. The man's Barbie.
Yes, sir.
The man Barbie.
Think about stuff your mom played with, maybe.
I don't know.
Gross.
Kyle Honholt. My mother is a saint, and how dare you?
I don't know what you thought I was thinking of.
I don't know that my father fits on this list.
I feel like my list is just showing you why I have anxiety, because my neck size like a Tamagotchi, you know?
No,
but you can never keep that
thing alive.
Little mother trucker alive, yeah.
Oh, is that
that's like the little pocket thing?
The little keychain
like keychain animal.
It probably would have been that would have been 90s.
Oh gosh, what are they called? Hit clips?
Yeah.
Is that with the pet on it that you keep alive?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember
you never could keep alive.
That's a solid
yeah,
one.
No, yeah, definitely. I like that.
Are we counting?
Are we trying to go for the best things, or are we trying to go for
best? Like what other people
would vote on. Yeah.
If someone from the outside was to look at our list and said, you can either have this 5 items, this 5 items, this 5 items.
Which ones you pick?
Which ones would win the most?
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Would a BB gun
No, you're in the same realm with that cap gun, probably.
I mean, it's not even the same, but okay.
Are you talking like a Red Rider?
Yeah,
whatever.
Okay.
I still think it's the same.
Okay.
Same,
Okay.
Same. That's more of a weapon
Okay.
more than a toy. But I'm not gonna try to dissuade a government official from saying.
Okay. Trampolines.
There you go.
Ah, that's a good one.
Or they used to call them jumpolines until your mom found them. I don't care. I still love that joke. So mine's gonna be a little. This one's going off a little bit. Trolls.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Trolls.
Final one.
Final one? That
Final
seems
one.
like a lot of pressure. I mean, who didn't have like Lincoln Logs growing up?
There you go.
Oh, there we
Very
go.
solid.
We found some on sale at
Legos.
Amazon.
Legos.
Solid.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Would've
Legos
been
would have been
solid.
Okay. All right. So up for vote, everybody. We have Kyle's.
My list is pogo stick, a sit and spin, big wheels, cap gun, and trampoline.
My
Shane
5
is Super Soaker, Hot Wheels, lawn darts, GI Joes, and Trolls. And Tina's is Beanie Babies, Furbies, Barbies, Tamagotchi, and Lincoln Logs.
All right, so let's get some votes in. If you're whichever one you're watching on, whichever social media, cast your vote, and we'll just kind of see what's
Tell
close.
us if you had to pick one group of items to have, what would it be? So I'll read them again. So my group is pogo stick, sit and spin, big wheels, cap gun, and trampoline. Shane's is Super Soaker, Hot Wheels, lawn darts, GI Joes, and Trolls. And Tina's is Beanie Baby, Furbies, Barbies, Tamagotchi, and Lincoln Logs.
90s are really all about the E's. Babies, Furbies.
Okay.
I just realized that.
I didn't know if you wanted to like Walkman count in that because it's not really.
Oh yeah, it's
I
still
mean,
a,
your Game Boy, I guess, essentially came out. And,
yeah, you're still. I think that's
That was
electronics. That's
electronic.
that's not really a toy.
Yes.
So does anyone have any votes for Kyle, Shane, or Tina? Hey, what up, Carissa?
Hey, Chris, how's it going?
Did you get a chance to hear our group so you can vote on it, Carissa?
No, she just jumped in. All right, you got to listen to the draft. All right,
Okay.
Carissa, you got to vote. Oh,
So
Hot Wheels.
She
Boom.
didn't hear that.
Oh,
She didn't hear
man.
everything.
She knew what she wanted.
She heard one thing.
Hot Wheels are pretty great.
So you
though.
get 3 groups here. Each one has 5 items from the 90s, and you have to pick which one you want if you had to take a group. So my group is pogo stick, those little sit and spins that you have to like sit and spin it. The big wheels, cap gun, and trampoline. Shane had Super Soaker, Hot Wheels, lawn darts, GI Joes, and Trolls. And Tina had Beanie Baby, Furbies, Barbies, the Tamagotchi, and Lincoln Logs.
Dylan, what's
So
up?
if you had to pick one of those groups, so you get 5 of them, which one would it be?
Where are you going? Where are you going? You're going to be the deciding vote because everybody else is being quiet. And she's being quiet as well.
Man,
Oh man.
ghosted us.
Whatever.
Different category.
All right, we're going to table that, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get into.
Didn't Dylan vote last week too?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Where did you go last week? What was the winner? Was yours or his?
He won last week.
Mine was last week.
How did you not win with Mr. Pibb?
Because everyone
Ugh.
dogged me on
Ugh.
the grape soda.
Ugh.
Grape soda's so good.
I know.
Ugh.
I know.
Great
Should've
drink.
been on the
I
vote.
should have stayed
Grape
on
drink.
later last week. I totally would have voted. Dang it.
Would you
Missed
rather? Is that what
opportunity.
we're gonna get into? Let's get into would you
Yeah, we
rather.
can get into would you rathers.
I only got one, so I can go quick.
Oh, well.
Would you rather have a cup that never goes dry or a plate that never goes empty?
Cup.
Okay. Tina?
Yeah, I'd say cup 2.
You say cup?
Mm-hmm.
I would only be 3 times my size if I had a plate. So cup, water, please.
I feel like I could always like go back to it. Like with food, after a while, you just are like,
Yeah. I think I'm going cup 2 as well, but probably for different reasons. So
I'm a cup of water. You're a cup of
other
other
stuff.
kind of water.
Yeah, I mean it starts as water. Everything starts as water,
right?
So.
Speaking of water, do we want to get into these light beers?
Oh yeah,
oh my gosh, I am so excited to talk about.
Okay,
this.
so go ahead. Let's you guys tell me the backstory about what we're doing, and then we'll get.
I'll
right
let Tina take it from here.
Okay, go ahead.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Well, you were the one that told me about this.
I did, but between the two of us, we both tried getting it at the same time.
Yeah, so for
and you got it.
Certain reasons, it's a joke, but yeah, Kyle, we were in a break in one of our work meetings, and he was talking about these drops, and so we were like spamming the website. 'Cause apparently, these sell out super quick. I was lucky enough to get one of these bad boys. However, it was a whole debacle getting it because they shipped it to the wrong place, and I emailed the landlord of the place, and Kyle even went to the place, and no one knew what we were talking about. So I thought all hope was given up. But then Miller Lite emailed me and was like, hey, we had a package returned. Do you want us to ship it to you? And I'm like, yeah. And less than 24 hours, they shipped it to me, and I got it only a couple days later. So there are these drops. I don't know what they're supposed to do. Apparently, which doesn't make sense to me. Apparently, you're supposed to take half the bottle. The bottle's not that big, right?
It's a 3-ounce bottle, right? Or
half of this bottle.
Yeah, it's only 2 ounces.
And it literally says to take a light beer, pour half this bottle in it to make it taste stronger beer. And I have so many thoughts. This is a ripoff. One, sorry, Miller Lite.
Yeah,
customer service is great, but ripoff because one, why don't you buy a stronger beer? Or if you want something that tastes like Miller Lite, just buy Miller Lite.
And I think that's the point. I think it's
a
gimmicky
is it 12 ounce? 12 ounce? Because like the ones we have is a 16 and a 25.
So yes, it probably is 12 ounce. So so their Miller Lite made these drops. It was on their website, right? And we had seen it there. So it's like beer Mio is what it is, kind of what it is, right?
Yeah.
And so I think what we're gonna do is not follow the instructions.
Okay, I'm down
for that. Add more beer taste to other light beers.
I feel like we should read the instructions because their packaging is great. Reviewing everything. Their instructions are
open a lid of beer drops. Squeeze half a bottle of beer drops into the other light beer. Then the other light beer should now have more beer taste. Then number 4, consider the life choices that you made that got you here. Purchase Miller Lite instead.
Okay. How long ago did we do this? Because I just saw
it was a hot minute.
The expiration date is July 31st of 2022.
Balls to the wall, risk it.
Yeah, I'll risk it too.
I don't think it was that long ago.
Here's what I really think it is.
Alcohol kill anything bad in it.
If the reality is what go ahead and sniff it. Miller Lite is a
smells like my hair dye.
Oh god. So Miller Lite is a Pilsner. Okay.
It doesn't really taste like beery, right? It has a different scent to it.
Yeah. So Miller Lite is a Pilsner. So it naturally tastes different than most light beer because the majority of the light beers are lagers. So like Bud Light, Busch Light, stuff like that. Those are all lagers where Miller Lite is a Pilsner. So it's gonna have a little. Just try it. You're gonna have to. You have to sample it without the drops.
I'm doing it.
No, I don't like it. But,
yeah. So
like barely.
I'm just doing a swig.
But a Pilsner is gonna have more of a bready undertone to it, and
so we're gonna try it first without the Miller drops.
Yes. Okay. So do you see how I'm talking about how it has like more of a bread?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm guessing is this is probably an adjunct that has more of that bready undertone kind of to it. So it makes a lager taste like a Pilsner is what I'm guessing.
We're going to do it with the drops now.
Oh, in the Miller Lite? Putting the Miller Lite in the Miller Lite?
We're going to see if it changes. We're only going to
just put a couple drops in.
This is what I figured we're going to do. We're going to try to use half in the first round and then taste that, you know.
Well, I'm
a
just doing a
different
drink,
one?
so I don't even need a full whatever.
So
So just put what you think you're gonna need.
okay.
That's way too much. Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. This seems super sus, by the way.
It just like seems like a scam from the beginning.
Oh no, it really, really is. I'm sure of it. But
Okay.
all right, were you ready? All right, here we go.
I think so.
I don't taste any difference.
Oh my!
It tastes
It's not good.
softer. Is that a thing?
Maybe. Let's crack open this other one.
So that's with Miller Lite. I got.
I'll drink the rest of that. You don't worry about that.
I need some of that mango stuff after we're done.
Yeah. Whew. All right. And a super ultra tall boy ultra. I love 25-ounce beers. I really do. Okay. So this is an ultra, is not only a lager, but it is a very light lager. So not an ABV. It's about this it's a similar ABV to like regular light beer, but it's lower calories, you know, everything like that. It only has like, I don't remember how many calories it has. It's super low though. But it is a lager.
All right.
All right.
First try without. It smells terrible.
So do you see how it has?
Did I drink anything?
Yeah, it's ultra is a really light tasting beer anyhow, but it doesn't have any of that bready tone to it or anything like that. I think that's what we're gonna get out of this now. So go to town, Charlie Brown. We're sitting at like a quarter of it down right now. Okay.
So a little story here too. When we got it, I had timed. Like it went on sale at 3:00. I was sitting there and was waiting at 3:00, waiting for it to go. And me and Tina both tried purchasing it at the same time. And hers went through, but it was sold out by the time mine went through. So that's how fast they went.
And there's only 1,000 of them or something.
There was
like
hardly any that they actually put out there. So
because everybody else was dumb enough or smart enough not to.
Guinness is my go-to. Is Irish man.
Oh yeah, Guinness is delicious. All right. Have you?
What's up,
You've had Guinness. You've had car bombs.
Yeah,
so you've had Guinness.
yeah.
Okay. I guess let's try this. Oh, it made it taste worse. Way worse.
Oh.
I'll trust you that it tastes bad.
It's not good. It's not good. And it's not because I don't think it's because it's expired.
Hit me weird.
It's just
Just imagine did you put like half of it in there though?
I mean, probably
Look,
amongst
we still have like half the bottle left.
Yeah, that's so weird.
So imagine putting
it's so no.
Okay, so what the package,
hard pass.
What does it say? Something about
I put so much.
Yeah, because number 4 says consider your life choices. I got you here, and I'm really starting to consider my life choices getting here.
Ugh, that's so terrible.
Oh my goodness. Ugh.
You gotta prepare this.
It's pretty bad when you can produce something that tastes worse than Miller Lite by itself. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. Yeah, we might have to send Tina over to the fridge to get more of those. Pass that around. She needs it. She needs it more than I do. I'll finish off this regular Miller Lite to to watch the taste of the Miller Lite drops out.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad.
Well, let's add that to what grinds my gears. Miller Lite making gross.
You know what?
Shit.
I'm gonna give it a solid 2.5.
I give it a -7 out of 10.
It's not good. You have would you rather, so let's get into those.
Would you rather have a giant unibrow or a full hairy back?
Okay, what happens if I have both? What if I didn't get a choice? I'm not saying my back is. I think yours is probably worse than mine is.
Well,
but Definitely the back, 100%.
Really, I think I would almost take the unibrow because I feel like I could get to the unibrow.
Like shave it or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't give a rat's ass about my back, though. Like, I don't have to look pretty for me. I don't give a shit. Like, it's one of those things where, like, I've had hair, not, like, it's not, like, gratuitous by any means, but, like, I've had hair on my back since, I don't know, I was probably in my early 20s.
Yeah, but if I had a choice, I think I'd probably just take the unibrow. Shave it, keep it clean. You're gonna have to blow your burps a different direction. It is absolutely atrocious. I am chewing on them over here. Okay.
Did you have peanut butter earlier? Is that peanut butter? Okay. Anyhow,
how about you?
Back.
Really? Okay.
Okay, but I think it comes down to people don't see your back, right?
Well, and to me that implies to me that you wouldn't have the option to shave it, right? It just says have a drying.
You can shave your back too, but
I have like long hair, so my neck, I just cover it with all my hair. It'd be fine.
Okay.
All the day.
Here's
walk around and growl.
It'll keep me warm in the winter too.
Here's the turnaround of this. If I had to choose between like the unibrow and like heavy arm hair, and I feel like we both have pretty standard. I would maybe a little hairier than normal, but if we have somebody that's on our fantasy league that he has like his back looks like most people's fronts. And his arms are way worse and everything.
Does his name rhyme with dick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And the funny thing is, the hardest I've ever laughed is he used to, when Garrison was our journeyman, he used to always get out to the truck as fast as possible so he could ride shotgun because it's more comfortable than riding in the back because you always like triple teamed in the back and you were like sitting on each other's laps or whatever. And we were big guys, right? So it was me and another guy that's roughly about your size, and then another guy all in the back seat of like a third door Chevy pickup. And he would ride in the front. And he would always beat us out there so he could ride shotgun so he didn't have to ride in back. And he has his arm up on the door one time. And this guy that we used to work with, Jeremy, comes up. He's like, get your fucking sweater off the door so I can get in. And I have never fucking laughed so hard in my entire life. It was one of those things where we used to really just give it to him all the time. And it just, oh man, I about peed. I laughed so hard. He's still a friend of mine. I still talk to him every once in a while.
Yeah, he's on our league.
No, I don't mean Nick. I mean, whatever. I didn't mean him. I meant Jeremy. I talked to Jeremy. He lives somewhere else. He lives out south of like York and that, like way out that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, would you rather never need to sleep or never need to eat?
Depends on my figure. If I am this size and never need to eat, I don't like that. I would rather be smaller and then not need to eat. I don't know. I like sleep. I like sleep too much. I enjoy
that one was hard for me just because, like, think of how much stuff you could get done if you never had to sleep.
Okay, so
then, like, I ultimately
are you the only person that on the planet that doesn't need to sleep? Because I think that shit would get real old real quick.
Like how time would just go so slowly. You're always
right.
Up.
You would go insane. I think you'd go insane. There was like, did you ever?
Whatever business you have would be thriving.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, to an extent, I agree with that. Right.
But you would save so much money if you never had to eat too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you saved bedding if you didn't have to sleep, I guess. But I don't know. Have you ever? If there was this, and this is a little rabbit hole-y, but it is what it is. Did you ever? There was like a study that,
What's up, Josh?
Some like German scientists did or something like that, where they chemically induced.
Oh yeah, and they kept them awake or whatever.
They kept them awake and like by like.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that when you do stay awake, you don't turn into like a man-eating zombie.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about, though?
I know what you're talking about.
You know what? Have you ever heard that or anything like that? Like what this study was and stuff like that.
No.
They were awake for like 23 days straight.
Something crazy. It was a while, but it got to the point where they were in complete isolation as well, which probably didn't help anything. But it got to a point where these, like, they went silent for a while, but they were chemically induced to stay awake. And it got to the point where like they started going crazy and like peeling skin off and like a whole different thing. And like a couple of them ate another one that was in there. There was like a group of them, and like it was just super bad news. So yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I would probably take the not have to eat just because you would be saving so much. You'd be able to still get a lot done.
Oh yeah,
and that, but it was tough for me.
My problem is boredom eating. Like, I'll stop at a gas station and I'm like, oh, I'm really not that hungry, but I have 200 more miles I have to drive in the next hour or whatever, you know? Yeah. Or, I don't do sunflower seeds. I do beef jerky and cheese. You can tell.
Do you have another would you rather?
I don't. That was my only one.
Okay.
I only had one this week.
Would you rather? Oh, I thought it said have.
Me too.
Okay.
Okay.
This says so we'll do both, I guess. Kind of.
Okay.
Would you rather fight a squirrel-sized rhino or a rhino-sized squirrel? I mean, I would take the
Squirrel-sized rhino.
Squirrel-sized
any day.
rhino.
Absolutely.
God, how
Kick it.
terrifying that would be.
A rhino-sized
squirrel like that
a
big?
squirrel that big? No.
Bite your face off.
Wait, hold on.
I thought it was
wasn't
like, would you rather have a squirrel-sized rhino?
Then it's the
or
opposite.
A rhino-sized
Then it's
squirrel?
I mean, don't get me wrong. That'd be kind of
I
adorable
could
having like
ride
a
the
little.
If it was
squirrel.
on my side, the rhino-sized. But if I had to fight it, oh no.
No. See, and that's wasn't there like okay, and this is just me because I know way too much about comic history, but wasn't there like a comic book character at one time that rode like a giant squirrel, like Buck Rogers or something like that? That like for some reason I want to say that there was a comic book character back in the day that rode like a giant squirrel.
Maybe a guy who rode a horse named Hi-Ho Silver.
Okay, that's not it. But away. Okay. Yeah, I'm still. If I have to fight it, I'm definitely punting a rhino that is the size of a squirrel.
Easy.
I mean, a squirrel-sized rhino would be super cool to have as a pet.
Over in my car.
But like a rhino-sized squirrel, like
yeah, that sounds like a terrible idea. They would just eat everything. Going after.
All right, we got just enough time for the grind my gears.
There we go. Okay.
I'm excited. Wait to hear what you guys have to say.
Okay. Do you want to start this? Or you want me to start this? Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I got one. So no matter where I'm trying to go, like someone's always in front of me. Someone always beats me to wherever I'm trying to go. Like if I'm gonna go to like McDonald's or something, I'd be no one on the road, but the second I try to pull in, I'm gonna go too. I will follow someone for 20 miles who's apparently going to the same damn place as me.
Which is so funny because we rode together last Friday and this literally happened. I've witnessed this.
Oh,
all
no.
time.
Every time.
All the time.
He also has the most semis ever pull out in front of him too.
Yes,
because I get a video every time it happens.
Yes. And like my wife, at first when we got together, she's like, "Oh, it's just a fluke." I'm like, "No, no."
So now you think it's a plot?
Slow people that ruin my speed always end up in front of me. I don't know how. I don't know why, but the universe puts them there.
Oh man. Okay.
Because you're all going to jail.
That's funny.
Thanks, boo pills.
So mine is as an elder millennial. Daily, I develop more and more animosity towards non-elder millennials and Generation Z every day. And I will give you examples. And it's not necessarily all of them. It really comes down to people that were a product of participation ribbons and gold stars and like this. We had a boomer generation that, like, instead of deciding that their kids were going to have just a better life than they did, they decided to throw all the values of past generations away and just like give their kids this life of privilege. And so now you have an entire generation of people, and it happens still to this day, obviously. There's an entire generation of people that just feel like they're so damn entitled to everything, and it's ridiculous. And it goes along. It's work ethic. There's so many facets of it, and it's one of those things where I could complain about it before because it really didn't affect my life a whole lot. Like, I was like, oh man, this dumb kid at whatever couldn't get my order right. But now it's not that. It's just everywhere, and you're seeing it more and more. And there's people my age that have that problem as well, but you're seeing it more and more in the generations beyond me. That you just like, these kids are just and they're not. And now at this point they're adults, but they just wake up and they have this weird sense of entitlement that like comes out of nowhere. Like these are people that probably grew up in trailer houses, and both of their parents worked in whatever, like they have a quality role model, that shows them how things are, how you go out and do things, you work hard and you whatever, which is, I understand it's a catch-22, right? That's not necessarily how it is anymore. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, Jiminy Christmas, the amount of kid gloves and stuff that you have to provide in order to interact with this generation drives me crazy. Like, I just can't.
Well, they grew up in a society where, with technology, you get that instant gratification.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Instead of being patient or trying to figure something out, you can just
find
your answer
right.
in
exactly
30 seconds.
I completely agree with that. It's just, I don't know. It gets to me every day because I have to deal with it every day.
I get that. Mm-hmm. All right, what's yours?
What's mine?
What's your grind your gears?
So I read an article before we started, and I'm not very happy with Netflix because apparently Netflix is not going to start playing ads, which I have a lot of feelings about. And then, so I'm reading the article, and it's like, they're trying to be Hulu, right? Because they're offering the same like $6.99 with ads. But then like the small details, it's like, oh, but not every TV show and movie is going to be available under the $6.99. 1, 2, you can't download. And 3, they said 5 ads per hour. That's like an ad every 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, well, I understand Hulu does it and stuff like that, but like Hulu also releases like new TV shows the next day. Netflix is what they're releasing are older TV, movies or stuff that they make on their own.
Which, okay,
I mean, even Disney Plus at this point has better movies with no ads.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that as far as it goes, Netflix originals are probably some of the better originals. Like a lot of them that I've enjoyed, like Lock and Key is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen that, that's fantastic. And there's a lot of one of my favorite things to watch on Netflix is a Netflix original thing, and it's the Robot Plus, or what is it? Death Robots Equals Love or whatever. If you haven't seen that,
that's weird.
It's okay. It's weird.
That's weird.
But the principle of the entire thing is they took like 10 storylines from the top story writers or whatever, of the whatever. They picked those 10. They took them. They went to the top 10 animation studios in the country and said, okay, here you go. And then here's almost unlimited money. Just make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really feel like the first set of them was really, really fantastic. The second set is not as good, but it is really, really good. It's good. They're, fantastic storylines and stuff like that are done really well. But what do you? I mean, we're paying freaking $12 or something a month now, or $14 or whatever it is for
like 18.
Netflix. It's ridiculous now. I'm just gonna keep paying that.
I was like, I love your, but then I'm just like, the skeptic in me is like, okay, well then how much are your non-ad prices gonna raise to try to appeal people to the ad? Because they said like they're averaging or they're estimating like $600 some million of revenue with adding the ads, but they got to raise the other prices up to try to make the ads look more appealing. Because, like you said, I'll pay the extra $6 or whatever so I can watch my Dahmer 10 episodes, binge watch them in peace, Not like watch 10 minutes of some guy eating some guy's heart and then it's like, oh, a fun little ad, Like, no, I don't want that. If I wanted ads, I would go to Hulu.
Okay, so here's the thing with
You're going to have to wrap it up here.
No, that's fine. I can wrap it whole shortly. I don't mind the ads, right? We are an entire group of people that grew up with cable TV, with ads, commercials all the time. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is in 2 or 3 hours of watching the same show, I watch the same 4 damn ads over and over and over. That's what I don't like. Like, if you're going to give me commercials, throw some variety in there. But I'm sick of the same, like, Cialis and whatever, antidepressant one and, whatever dog food one. And, it's always like the same
stuff.
That's my only irritation with that.
I mean, I don't know. I miss the good old days when you could like rent DVDs and then mail them back.
Blockbuster.
Like, no, that would have been the first Netflix.
When like Netflix first came out,
was a
you
DVD.
could rent DVDs, and then they like mail it to you, and then you just mail it back.
2000
nice.
And I remember doing that in like 2004, 2005.
Okay.
But you can only do so many at a time, just like a regular video account.
Didn't they have like a game thing too, like GameStop?
Yeah.
Or was that how GameStop started?
No, GameFly. Yeah.
GameFly.
Yep, I did that too.
I mean, like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I think people are going to go to it, but I'm just going to wait and see how much they're going to raise prices again for not the ads.
Just wait for 2 generations down the road or whatever when like DVDs are vintage and like, oh yeah, I have an original DVD pressing of Fast and the Furious 9 or whatever. Sometimes it's just nice to feel the weight of it, like.
I don't know.
All right, I think that about wraps it up for us. We're at time.
Yeah, absolutely. Are we going to be back next week? Are we going to try to do this, or what do we want to do?
I mean, I have no qualms with it.
Okay, let's see how it plays out, and I'm okay try to go weekly at least. Because I'm currently right now not doing my other podcast at all.
Nice.
I am completely on hiatus from that podcast. I am restructuring and changing the content, so I'm not doing that one right now. So all of my time and whatever is devoted to this. I have been Shane, aka Horny Gnome.
I've been Kyle, just Kyle. With our guest.
I've been Tina. I don't have a cool thing.
Dalai Lama.
I should have been prepared.
Tina the Dalai Lama.
Dalai Lama. There you go.
And if you have any suggestions, you can email us at unlikelyrolemodelspodcast@gmail.com. You can catch all of our past episodes over on the YouTubes at Unlikely Role Models Podcast. Please go and follow us over on TikTok, Unlikely Role Models Pod, all one word. And you can catch, if you want to catch audio only, you can go and check that over at Anchor or Spotify or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Unlikely Role Models Podcast.
Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Don't drink and drive. Love you. Bye.